What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Humble Minds Podcast. We're your hosts, Bomber and AJ, but today we got a guest. Jerrica in the building.
Hey, y'all.
Little bro in the building.
Yep. So glad to have her. So a couple topics we want to cover today. We wanted a woman's perspective, so here we are.
The best.
So let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about our weekend.
I had a wedding in North Carolina this weekend. That was cool. The vibes was fine. The bride tapped out early.
Damn.
She got lit early. But one of the best parts about it is that ever since I got to meet one of my friends that I've been playing the game with. We met once already.
Okay.
He came down to Virginia one time. But I've been playing the game with him since like 2K15.
Oh, wow.
And like we literally like talk like every day because I literally play the game almost every day.
That's crazy.
So like we linked up. It was for a short amount of time, but the boy got lit. I got the boy lit.
That's what's up,
shout out to Dion, man.
So is that the second time you ever met him in real life?
Yeah. So like the first time he came down here, cause they was actually looking for a house like down here. So he came down here. It just didn't work out because it's hard to find a house down here.
No doubt.
But other than that, so this time me and Tierra we was out there for the wedding. So I went to his house. So we was over there for like I got there around like 8:30 because traffic pushed my arrival time back at my hotel.
Yeah.
But I was out there and I was only 30 minutes away, so I was like, I gotta,
That's what's
take
up,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? I remember when we was in elementary school when we used to have pen pals and stuff like that?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you'd set up the meeting? That's funny. So, what about
Yeah.
you? What you do this weekend?
I was sick.
Oh, man.
Oh,
well,
man.
I wasn't sick. Me and the kids went to the park out to eat. But it's like when I came back home, I was sick the rest of the weekend.
You over it now?
Yeah, I'm over
right,
it.
that's
No
what's up.
COVID.
Facts. That's what's up. Good. For me, man, it's super chill weekend, maybe. I went down to New York Friday night. Just a quick trip. And
you
then
be driving.
Yes.
And
I
then
thought I'd be driving. You be driving.
and I came back Sunday morning, so but it was pretty good. Just a quick trip. Got to spend some time with my sister and my grandma and my mom and my stepdad, so it was good stuff. So yeah, man. So let's get into some topics though, man. Let's talk about this Diddy indictment. It's got the world in a chokehold right now. I know I'll be tuning in every few hours just to see if there's any new updates. So
But,
what's
like-
up, bro? What you think about that?
Do you think that? How can I put this without sounding because I'm not taking Diddy's side at all.
Right.
Like the whole allegations of the R word and all that stuff because we don't really want to say that up here. That's besides the point. But the whole like I guess like prostitution thing and all that stuff like and whatever like that. Is that really like to me it's not it's like flying girls out. You feel me?
I feel that.
Like I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm talking about like that part is like they flew the girls out, you get flown out, you already know.
So you trying to say like they already knew what they was
that,
about to get
maybe,
into?
I agree.
I mean, people looking at it as like in this generation and the way the world is now, people gonna look at it the way they look at it. But like back then, they were probably just like, "Oh, we flew them out." Like you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can see your point on that. I think for me, I would, what comes after you there. I mean, that's a whole different whatever unfolds. I don't know if they was prepared for that or not.
But
So
they've been, the way they talk about Diddy, like he been doing this for years. So, I mean, obviously everybody kind of knew what he was into. So,
the only thing I would say about that, right, is like when you got so much money, you got so much power. Well, people think you have power, right? Just because of what you can do for them.
Yeah.
So I think that for a long time he might have held people hostage,
some NDAs.
their careers, whatever the case is, and use that to leverage that. So that's the only thing I would say.
That part, and like we've been heard that like in the music industry, like that going on, like
Right.
like people
He not
doing
the only
stuff,
monster.
capturing them on camera, and then they hold that against them, like
Yeah.
once they get signed and stuff
No
like
doubt.
that. Like if you mess up while you're in there, they may leak that or whatever. That's
Yeah.
like they leverage. Like that's been going on in the music industry for like forever.
But but like,
allegedly.
when you see that unfold, bro, like for me, like when I was listening to it, I'm like, yo, like this unbelievable what you really got to go through or what happens behind closed doors. Because I would have never thought, you know, and you know, I was thinking today in the car, I'm like, yo, I'm glad we never got signed or nothing like that.
No cap, bro.
You know, we're not about to go into nothing like that. But it's just unbelievable how that plays out. But you know, everything was bound to come out sooner or later.
Yeah.
And everything
I think he pissed off the wrong people.
It could be, and a lot of people think that there's people higher than him that's involved, or whatever the case is.
It is.
You know, and some people are just saying Jay-Z might have been involved too. So
Allegedly.
who knows? Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like I said, I'm not, you know, I'm not an investigator. Yeah,
you trying to get
I'm not.
sued.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm not an investigator, or nothing. But they saying, but I will say this, and you know, I don't mean to sound like you know I'm crazy or conspiracy theorist or anything like that. But I just like this is all, I think, a product of like. Stop playing with God, bro. Like, because this is like borderline satanic, some of the stuff that they describing, right? And I just think that, you know, it's starting to come out because it's like, yo, like, that has to come to an end at some point or another.
Yeah.
And we all got to get back on track, you know? So, although we not, you know, living like that, but just immorally, like, the things that they doing and how they carry themselves and the things they into is, like, it's borderline satanic to me. And I'm just like, I'm not jacking that. So, yeah, it's definitely crazy, man. We'll see what happens, but, you know, you know, I would just say, you know, I pray for the victims and hope that they can recover from these things later down in life. So we'll definitely.
But I do want to say, shout out to Diddy though, for not wanting Chris Brown.
That's what
Shout
I
out
said.
to you
That's what I
for
said.
not wanting to sign my favorite artist. I appreciate you for that.
You gonna go mess him up?
But did you see that video I sent you about when he was with Justin Bieber and they was like kind of like you could tell he was patting him down for a wire? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that to me was crazy. I definitely think
that I don't agree with the way they talk about how the kids when they was younger and all that stuff.
Yeah, see all that I don't agree. I ain't with none of that. Like that's foul. Like you should go under the jail for that.
It's crazy.
But like the whole like girls. Prostitution ring and all that. I mean, they getting flew out, man. You already know what's going on. That's like if any rapper fly a girl out. Like when rappers go out of country and they take girls with them to party and stuff like that, then you already know what's about to go down.
Right.
And then you got this is gonna be the last time I say it, then we can leave it. But then you got people like Marlon Wayans, and then other celebrities there. They was like they never been to like what people are describing as a Diddy party. Like when they went,
cause it's Diddy after hours, like, Playboy.
Yeah, but Marlon Wayans was like he'll leave at like 3-4 in the morning. So he was like, "What time do this start?
So it's funny
they got
you
like
say
a secret
that.
dungeon?"
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was about to say.
Yo, but you know it's funny you say that. So there's an artist named Lecrae, and he's like a Christian rapper. Mm-hmm. He's been a Christian rapper for as long as I can remember. He was saying that he attended those parties, and somebody pulled him to the side and was like, "Yo, Playboy, you might want to leave before a certain time." And, you know, he was like, yo, you know, I'm not just a church boy. Like, I could handle myself, whatever. He was like, nah, look, I'm telling you because I like you. You don't want to be around whenever this stuff comes through. So, you know, he definitely left. So, yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So, I mean, we'll see how it unfolds. But, you know, we'll, you know, praise to the victims and, you know, we'll just move on from there. So, the reason why we here, right? The big topic.
The big topic.
What is a high-value man and what is a high-value woman? I'm going to start with Jerrica, what is a high-value woman to you?
To me, I don't know. I can answer that in different ways because I feel like a woman that's her stability, the way she carry herself, integrity. You know, I'm a mother, so the way I mother my kids, the way I am a mother, I feel like, because I feel like everybody might be a mom, might have a child, but, you know,
I got you.
How you respect yourself and others. Just how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, how you want to present yourself. Some people, I ain't gonna get on that, but I just think how you carry yourself and long term, like, I just don't want, do you have any type of goal or type of dream or something? Make sure a high value woman to me. Yeah. I feel like that goes with men too. I feel like a high value man and a high value woman basically is almost the same thing.
Kind of the same thing, yeah.
It plays the same role because we look at it now like 50-50 and what a man should do and what a woman should do. But I would want my son to be able to do things that a woman do, like wash his clothes and clean his. If he living by himself one day, I want a woman to come over to his house and be like, "Oh, he neat,
Right.
he's clean,"
No
you
doubt.
know. But I don't know.
What about you, bro? What do you think a high value woman is?
Basically what she said, but like a woman that got it together. Basically, to me, a high value woman is a woman that got it together. We can this is like going beyond like who has the bigger bank account and stuff like that. So like basically like what you got going for yourself, your stability, like are your morals in check? To some people, that may be a God-fearing woman or a God-fearing man. If you're talking about high-value man, too.
Right.
To me, and like she said, like I feel like it go hand in hand too. I feel like the man gotta come like on his A game, like, and then it just all for real, it's everybody's own opinion at the end of the day. So my perception of a high-value woman, if I go deeper into it, may end up different from Jerrica's, may end up different from yours.
I got you.
Right.
My perception of a high value man may be different from y'all's as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just think at the end of the day, it's like all on who the person is
and what they're willing to put up with.
Yeah.
I get that. So for me, I agree with you 100%. Like that's like how you carry yourself, the integrity piece. That's the biggest thing for me, for a woman. And then just having standards for themselves, and they got their stuff going on too, right? Because sometimes women label themselves as high value, but then when you really get into the nitty gritty, like he said, definition of high value might mean something totally different. So
Right.
I always think that you should definitely get to know a person before you put that stamp on them, right? So because looks ain't always what they seem, right? You never judge a book by its cover. So spot on. Same thing for a man for me. Definitely somebody with good character, good integrity, confidence, all the things that, you expect a man to be, right? That I'm not saying that you got to go out there and be a millionaire and stuff like that, but as long as you're stable and stuff like that. And I think another thing too that we forgot to mention for a woman, like what I look at as a high value woman is just a partner, right? A partner that is gonna be the yin to my yang, if it makes sense. Because look, if we would all be fools to think that we perfect, right? I got some deficiencies that Kelly is better at than I am. Right, vice versa. Like I have some strong points, and that might offset her deficiencies or whatever the case is. So I think at the end of the day, it's just about making each other better. But I mean, that's my 2 cents for that. So anything else you want to add?
I think some people think just because they do what they're supposed to do, they're high value. Like I go to work, I pay my bills, I take care of my kids. But how do you treat your kids? How do you talk to your kids? Do you prioritize other stuff other than bills? Like, are you a good budgeter? Are you?
That could be high functioning too.
Okay, I can get with that. I can get with that.
That's the way I look at it too, because again, value and function is I feel like it's two different things. Like that's a given. Like you gotta go to work. You gotta take care of the kids. You know what I mean? So, but like do you go the extra mile? Yeah, that for me is like the difference maker right there.
And then we like everybody talking about high value. Like what's like, all right, so in society you got a low class, middle class, high class. So like, what's a middle value? What's a low value? Like, if a high value, all right, okay. So I'll tell you a high value woman, a woman that got herself together, career. Maybe she's like a doctor or a famous like super lawyer or something like that, or like she has it all,
right?
And then she's just looking for her other half.
I got you.
Versus if you're low class, then that means that you're not grinding enough. You're not,
But what if a high value woman sees a low value man with high potential?
Right. That's the.
What do we look?
That's
what do you
sticky
think about
right
that?
there.
But I can speak on that. You feel me? Because rarely you will see a high value woman
entertain a low
value man.
That's true.
You're more likely to see a high value man lower his standards to entertain somebody lower than his level. I'm not gonna say just a low value.
Yeah.
Because you got
Sure.
Yeah. So like somebody lower than his standards.
Yeah.
So I feel like men will lower their standards before a woman will lower their
100%.
standards.
I definitely agree.
Sure.
I definitely agree because that's the women make their list of what it is that they want, right? And they want to stick to that list, almost 100%. you know. And I feel like when they feel like they got to compromise is when the relationships really don't like they don't really have a lot of.
But sometimes high value woman could be intimidating to a man that's not up there with her yet.
That's a fact.
That's true.
That's true.
That
Could be intimidating. He might not want her because men like to feel like the head of the household, which I would want my man to be the head of the household. But it's like it's not money wise to me as far as the head of the household. If you carry yourself as a man, and you know if I make more money than you, but you carry yourself as a man, you still bring to the table whatever needs to be done. I feel like I shouldn't intimidate you just because I make more money than you.
But that's your maturity level. Unfortunately, everybody's not
like
like
just
that.
come with maturity.
Yeah.
Like me, if I was single and I met this high value woman, like I said, like she's a doctor or something like that, and then I do photography, videography, or whatever. Like I'm not gonna be intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I know my worth. And I know what I can bring to the table.
Right,
No doubt.
absolutely.
But that's that confidence that I was talking about earlier.
So it's just a confidence thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So you touched on something, so that's a good segue. So if you were available, would you date a woman with kids?
I want to hear this.
It depends on how many. To me, it depends on how many, and to me, it depends on like. Because if I'm feeling you, then I'm feeling you. And I'm the type, because I have kids. So let's say, like, let's go beyond with the hypothetical.
Don't go too beyond, because you know we go and we'll segue into something else a little bit later.
Go too beyond. If I was a single man right now, would I date a woman with kids? It's a maybe. If I'm feeling you, then I'm feeling you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm the type of person where, like, kids don't really bother me.
Right.
So it's like, because at heart, I'm still a big kid at heart.
Mm-hmm.
I still play video games. I still like to have fun. I feel like if the woman is allowing me to be a father at the same time, then that's a different story. But if you tell, like, if I get with you and then we together for a while and I still can't, like, not beat, but if I can't, like, speak to your kids, like, in a stern manner and stuff like that, then it's like, what are we doing? Like,
that's fine.
I'm here, and then your kids gonna grow up because, like, they're gonna see. Eventually, they're gonna see, like, if I get stern with them, you gonna contradict it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when they grow up, they're gonna be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like,
no, they definitely need that father figure. I mean, if
sure.
need be.
So, and then it just depends on her situation too.
Yeah.
Like a baby daddy situation and stuff like that.
We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So, what about you? If you were available?
For sure. I mean, kids don't scare me. It doesn't scare me at all. I would definitely now, like you said, it does get into the baby because if you got 5 kids, 5 different women, and some of them women get bitter, and it's it's a dangerous game to play when it comes to kids and other people involved. Especially when, because some people, I don't want you around my kids, or I have to meet you. But I could definitely date a man with kids. But if he shows me that, because I get it, some women does make it hard for the men. I get it, but if I see the disrespect, I'm just like, I don't know, because you could be messing with her behind her back, my back, or if you being disrespectful to her, why are you so disrespectful to her? Even if she making it hard for you, I just don't feel like you should take it to a certain,
That speaks to the man's character. So I get that.
Yeah. So I just look at all of that, but the kids don't bother me at all. And I think it does matter if you have, because I got 3, and then you come with 5. That's a lot of kids.
Right.
And then that's a lot of people to deal with on the outside. See, I have 3 with 1 person to deal with.
We'll get into that later. So I'm gonna give you my short answer. It used to be no. It was a non-negotiable. But as I mature, I would say yes. But my limit would probably be 1 or 2. And that's it.
Yeah.
So I used to be a little selfish, so that's why the answer was no. But now being a father, I would say yes.
Yeah.
So good stuff. So let's move forward. So does having multiple kids lower a single mother's value, or multiple kids with baby's fathers? So I want to start with this one. So for me, right, I think about something. So in your situation, I would say no, right? Because it's 3 by the same person,
Yeah.
right? So that speaks to, I guess, your level of integrity, maturity, and things like that. Don't
I
matter
get
what
the
the situation
opposite.
was.
Yeah.
Don't matter what the situation was. I'm giving you my perspective, right? I would say that speaks highly of somebody.
Right.
Okay.
You would think so.
Now, if they have multiple kids by different fathers, that's where, like, for me, it's like, nah, it's like a non-negotiable.
You're a little careless.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm a person that looks at trends, right? So you met someone, you had a kid, didn't work. You met someone, you had a kid, it didn't work. So if we did this 2 or 3 times, what do you think the likelihood of the 4th time is gonna stick?
Man, she looking for a check.
Right, I mean, so for me, like that, I would say, and I'm not lowering the value by any means. Like, you know, I don't know the situations, but then I would just question their decision making
Right.
as well. Like, hey, why are we in the same situation 3 times in a row?
Yeah.
Right. So
Are you the problem?
Right. So that's kind of the way I would look at it. So I would say maybe a little. It does lower their value. Not a single mother with this, you know, with the same father for all 3 kids. But if you have, you know, a few, then I would, for me, like, that's a non-negotiable. Like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
You go ahead.
You want me here?
Yep.
Hell yeah. It lower your value to me, man. Like, well, let me answer the actual question. Both lower your value a little bit to me. I say that because it depends on like who the person is and like who the guy is that's looking at you. Like I seen a video. You know, this just been like a topic ever since the dude said it. It just been a topic. So I seen a video and the girl was like, "I get men that come up to me all the time, blah 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 like that." Yeah, you still pretty.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But is he wifing you?
Yeah.
Is he like trying to like be there for the long haul? Is he trying to like take you out, flirt with you a little bit, take you out, smash, and then go on about his business?
Wow.
It all depends like on what you look at, on how you look at it. But I would say one baby daddy, multiple kids. I say, like I said, it just depends on who the person is. Cause like to me, once anybody had kids, male or woman, then there's certain people who just don't want to deal with that at
That's
all.
true.
No doubt.
So it's like me having kids, that could lower my value in another woman's eyes.
Right.
So like when I say no, like I really mean no. Like it's no changing it. Like you can still I can still compromise and still be like, all right, I'm feeling her this much that she got 3 kids by the same guy, like, that don't even matter to me.
Right.
But she got, like, 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies. That matters to me.
No doubt. Me too.
Because, like you said, it's a trend. And it's like, if I go through and I see all her baby daddies and they all the same type of person, it's like, you have a type.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you'd have been messed up. You'd have been messed up by... You had 3 strikes.
Yeah.
You out. Now you trying to come find something different where you should have been changed your mindset from the jump.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But what if you meet a woman that has 3 kids and she had one in high school? Like, you know, she was young. She thought she liked this dude. Your mindset changed as you grow. You know, they don't work out, whatever.
That's a good
she
point.
meet another man and she think, you know, it's going to be there, but it worked out for a while. They had a child, you know, and now they separate. Now she's a whole different woman. She's the woman that she wants to be. She's, you know, a high value woman. And she has another child, or you come into her life and you marry her, and now y'all have 3 kids that she honestly have 3 baby daddies. Now, even though you're her husband, you're still 3 baby daddies. You know, it just, I feel like it depends.
Sorry. Right. I would just say for that, I would say to each his own. But for me personally,
no,
you're going to have to work a little bit harder to really prove yourself, unfortunately.
That you are
that high value woman that you speak of.
I get it.
You know, we should have learned early in the game, but, you know, I get it. Hey,
I have 3 kids by one man, and I have been told multiple times that it's going to be harder for me to find love or get married because of being, it's like a stability thing. Like, or you was with this man and y'all have 3 kids together, ain't nobody gonna want you because it's like I'm too stable. I don't know. Like I've heard this multiple times that I'm not gonna find what I want because I have 3 kids by one man.
I disagree with that. I just think that if that was a thing for you, like in the future, I would just say really if you decide to look in the right places. And I know I don't have the answer as far as like where the right places is, but I would just say is look at past mistakes, look at the people around you, what did they do different, and try not to make that mistake. You know, I don't think, like I said, in your situation, because it's one,
right.
I don't think that, you know, you would have a hard time, but you are gonna have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You know, because you're gonna that person's gonna have to know, like, hey, I want you on the team, but I'm not expecting for you to, you know, take care of everything.
Right.
You know, or something like that. So I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion on that. So what you think, bro?
But like that just goes back to like what I said. So like if you got 3 kids, 1 baby daddy, it just goes back to the guy and like what he think. Like y'all talking, y'all chopping it up, and you like, because to me like with stuff like that, with kids and stuff like that, like regardless of whether we talk or not, like if we carrying on the conversation, my kids come up regardless.
All the time.
I was gonna ask you guys that.
All the time. It's a
like,
habit.
Is that like a initial talk track? Like when you like if you was to meet somebody?
I want to be upfront. Like I'm me as the person I am. I'm an upfront person, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is. So like
But I make it known I'm a single woman. I'm not a single mother. My kids have a great dad.
Okay.
I'm not looking for someone to necessarily. Don't get me wrong, because I grew up in a blended household. So my stepdad's been in my life since I was 2. That's my daddy, like my best friend.
Yeah.
So I get that, you know, you want someone around your kids that can be a father. I get that. But it's like, at the end of the day, my kids have a dad. They have a great dad. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to fund for them.
Yeah, I'm about to say like, cause like that's like kind of like I get what you're saying, but it's at the same time still kind of crazy because because this guy gonna come in, and he's gonna be in the house. I'm pretty sure you're the primary parent, so the kid's gonna be there. So it's like that goes back to what I said earlier. Like if something was to happen. Like we together for a long time, right? If we together, like you said, your kid's father is great. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
But like if we together and then like we're like we locked in.
That's what I'm scared of.
And your kids do something. Like at what point do I get to say something to them directly?
That's what I'm going through now. Like because I'm 27. I'm looking at it now like. My kids never seen no one else, other than their dad.
Right.
All they know is their dad.
Right.
So I'm like, now if I want to meet a man, of course I want him to have father, whatever
Instincts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wouldn't mind, disciplining my kids to, we don't necessarily beat or whatever, but I want you to right and wrong. I want you to discipline my child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know.
I think. And it's hard for me to say because I've never been in that situation, right? But I will tell you just from managing people and just kind of my experiences in life. I think in that particular situation that the dad is present, you really just need a coach, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, because, that coach is gonna have to earn their respect. I see you shaking your head over there. You don't agree, but
I can agree to a certain extent.
It's part of the game, right? Like if you want the mom, you gotta it's the package.
It's a package deal.
Yeah,
it's a package deal.
But part of that negotiation need to be like, okay, like you said, like earlier with the head of the household thing, like you a man that gonna lead. If I come in, whether you move in we move in together, or we get our house together, I'm expecting to be the head of the household.
No doubt.
So I'm expecting.
If I say clean this room.
Not even like that though, because like I'm a real laid back guy, but like I can be stern when I need to be. So I'm expecting like if you want me to lead, you want me to be the man, head of the household, then like I can't be just a coach.
I got you.
I get it.
At the end of the day, players don't have to play. A lot of players don't listen to their coach.
Nah, I get that.
And they still get playing time.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like the whole like I guess you using the word coach kind of like threw me off. Like nah, like I wouldn't disrespect. I wouldn't disrespect Pooch.
No, of
Right.
course not. No,
So you
but he,
feel me?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like when Pooch came in, it was like all right. So I grew up all females.
Right, right, right.
I was the only
He was
male
a
in the
man.
house.
Yeah,
He came along, and of course it wasn't right away.
right.
Like he never like really like. I was. If you ask him, then I was like one of the best kids ever. Like
Right.
I always show respect and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how my
But
stepdad
it was like if I was to get out of line, I'm pretty sure my mama wouldn't have had a problem with him saying something to me
Sure.
about it. So it's like, and then he came in, paying like helping out,
Right.
doing this, doing that, like helping us get farther in life and stuff like that. So if like he was doing all that, then to me he's head of the household now.
Yeah.
To me he has a say
But
so.
he earned your respect.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to earn it.
So-
but at the same time, but it can't be no like no.
But did you
giving.
ever disrespect him?
Once.
And what happened?
I moved. But I was 18.
Yeah.
I was 18.
That's
when
how
I
my
moved.
dad was.
I moved and it was on some like I really just exploded. Like
Yeah.
I'll say the whole situation. Right quick. I was still living with my mom. I had my son. My son was born like when I was in high school. So I get the whole thing when you was like high school, mature.
Yeah.
Like that's why I say it depends on the
Shout
man.
out to Mo.
Whether yeah, shout out to my son Mo. That's why I say it depends on the man wanting to like I just say lower his standards to accept that. Because a man with no kids don't have to accept that. He
Right.
should
No,
still
that's
go
true.
out and search.
No doubt.
Just like a woman with kids don't have to accept a certain man.
Yeah.
Right.
So my whole thing was like, they came in one night. Mind you, I'm 18. They came in. My son was asleep. They was out partying. My son got woken up. I gotta work work the next morning. So
I
it was
got
on
you.
type of thing like that. So I
Yeah.
spoke my mind
Right.
or whatever. No physical, nothing physical
Right.
or
You
nothing
just
like
spoke your
that.
mind.
But it was just the point where like I left.
I got you.
Like that night I left. I went to my grandma's house. Next week I was in my own apartment. So I don't know that's just me. Like everybody's situation ain't gonna be like that.
Sure.
But other than that, me and him never had a falling out. Me and him
Right.
never had a night. And like that situation didn't even last long. It lasted probably like a week
Okay.
that I didn't
Yeah.
talk to them.
Yeah.
So right back.
Yeah, I look at my stepdad, man, and to me, my stepdad, bro, is probably one of the best men that
how
I
I
know
feel.
as well. And he was,
Shout out to the stepdads of the world.
bro, they
Yeah.
out here, bro. But for him, like he kind of came in the picture a little bit late in the game. Like we was already in high school.
Yeah.
So
It's different.
he earned that respect though, right? To the point where now it's like, and don't get me wrong, we had our challenges in the beginning because, like you said, like you was the man, I was the man too. So we definitely had our challenges. But you know, he earned a lot of respect from me. You know, to the point where now I'm like, yo, when I buy this house, I'm gonna build y'all in-law suite. Y'all come and live with me,
Yeah.
right? Because like I value him that much. Anytime like I need an opinion, I'm like, yo, what you think about this?
Yeah, and
You know.
because I'm not saying like, oh, as soon as a woman with kids get with a guy, like immediately he's
Yeah.
head of the household.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
like, over
Right.
time,
No, I get it.
You know, over time and stuff like that, then you know he should be as if the father was in the house.
See, but I think that you're expecting worst case scenario. Because if both of the parents are like disciplinary, like the mom and
Right.
the dad, they might not even take it to that level. If they doing like what they supposed to be doing, they're gonna treat you with
He
respect.
should have. If a single mom get with a guy, and they go the distance, or whatever, they move in, go the distance, kids move in, then he should be the father of the house, regardless whether it's biological or stepkids. He's the father of the house.
No, I definitely agree
So-
with you. Like,
When kids be like, "Oh, I got a bonus mom, I got a bonus dad," then yeah, like
yeah,
that's what they are. They not, and I say a shout out to the stepfathers, but realistically, they're fathers.
No, it
like,
does.
Yeah.
Pooch is like Pooch is my father.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, bro.
So-
He gets shout outs all the time.
Yeah,
Love you, boss.
so it's like when you go into a situation like that, like if I was to ever go in a situation like that and we go the distance and like I feel like you're like this is who I want to be with, like I love her kids or whatever like that. We move in together, start maybe we have another kid or something like that.
Right.
I'm
Right.
expecting like in that household,
Yeah.
I'm expecting they can have another father that does great for them, but I'm expecting to be the father of that house.
In that house, nah. I definitely understand because it might be a situation where, you know, they run in my closet and put my kicks on. Like, we not having this, bro. We gonna have to have a conversation.
Nah,
So,
no
you know what I mean?
cap.
So we definitely, you know, that's part. But I definitely
Hey, don't
understand.
touch my PS5.
Facts. You know, that's going to be my next
Yeah,
thing.
my
But
stepdaddy probably my
I
best
get
friend.
You, I get you.
you
one.
get you one, yeah, you behave. But nah, I get it, bro. And I think, you know, it just, I think it all just depends on the woman. Like that woman.
Yeah, it depends on the woman.
It depends on the woman.
They gotta give you the
and
leeway.
It just depends on.
Because you have some women that they claim they want him to be the father of the house, and as soon as he discipline or try to discipline, it's like, that's my child. You don't tell my child what to do.
Right.
Or
Nah, I have seen
Yeah,
too
but I
that.
would never. Hold on, before you go,
Go
I
ahead.
would never. Me as a person, I would never discipline somebody's kid without having that conversation with them first.
No doubt.
You feel me?
No doubt.
So it's like
No doubt.
we gonna have this conversation, and depending on where that conversation goes, lets me know where I stand.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
like as
how you look at me.
the head of the house, because at that point, I'm not the head of the household. I'm not the leader.
Yeah.
You feel me?
If you're not valued, you don't need to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
there. I got you.
So it's like once we had that conversation,
Yeah.
I know exactly where we stand. I
Right.
know whether I need to stay or whether I'm gonna exit.
No,
It's different too because my stepdad been in my life since I was itty bitty,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he was probably like the
and-
only discipline I kind of knew as far as a man, to be honest. Like,
I feel you. So it depends on like it just depends on the timing, the age of the kids, and all that. So
No
yeah.
doubt. No doubt. Nah, it's definitely you know, everybody looks at it different. Everybody has their own opinion. So you know, you just gotta respect everybody's life choices. But what I would tell you is that, you know, I'm sure that you'll have a chance. You just have to be very careful, and you have to really do a lot of discovery and you
Yeah.
know have those tough conversations in the beginning to make sure that it's even worth your time and the other person's time too.
Yeah.
So that's because anytime I have a conversation, if I was in that situation, like for me, same thing. Like with my daughter is a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, this is, you know, she's gonna be in this relationship. We're gonna have her. You know, whatever the case
especially
is.
with girls. I mean, with my son, yeah, but he's like a little man. But with my girls, I just feel like they need that man in their life to show them love, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, for
It's
sure.
it's
like,
scary. It's scary though.
Girls need father figures.
It's so scary though.
Boys need father figures too, but girls definitely need father figures.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
I didn't like Pooch came along when I was like, you know, already knowing my way around.
Right.
Right.
Or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So what I really learned was like from when they say like it takes a village, like what I learned is from like people in the community, like watching my older cousins and stuff like that. So like I didn't really need a father to show me the ropes.
I
Right.
got you.
Versus
A girl.
a girl, like I just feel like girls need that father figure,
Yeah.
like need them to show like, oh, this is how a man should treat you.
Yeah.
Cause like
Yeah.
I can show my son like how I treat Tierra,
No doubt.
but at the same time, when he get a whatever, when he do his thing or whatever like that, it's like, all right, you gonna treat a woman how like you treat a woman. Like you can see this example, but you're gonna end up treating a woman however you feel like you're gonna treat a woman.
Do you intervene if
Huh?
if he's not doing the right thing?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, because there's people that they say no, they don't because they respect their relationship. But if I ever caught my son trying to, you know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna snuff him, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you're not-
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
no, like
You don't treat your mother like that,
Yeah.
so
yeah, but
so like, cause like with me, like one thing, and we can move on after this if y'all want to, but like me, one thing, like Tierra been there since Mo was like a year old.
no,
Yeah.
100%.
So like, I wish
W woman.
like hell he would like disrespect
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yo, like all right, this ain't your biological mother, but nigga, this your mother.
Word.
Like,
Yeah.
this is still your mother, not a stepmom. This
And
is
she
still
earned
your
it too,
mother.
so-
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it was, and like you said, it was earned, and like, it all depends on the person. 'Cause like the relationship between us three, not Mo, but his mom, Tierra, and me, like, they was closer to each other than I was closer to her.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, if it was ready for me to go get Mo, they texting each other.
Right.
So it all depends, and it wasn't always like that. But
Yeah.
that's why I said, like,
Shout out to her.
yeah.
Maturity
So
level,
like
too.
with like the whole like your kid's father is a great dad. It's like, cool. All right, that man come in. Now he got two great dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they have to be on the same page too.
No doubt.
So
The one thing I will say about the girl, the mom really has to be a good example too.
That's
of
true.
like what to do and what not to do, right? Because as men, we can like, we almost, we can instruct them and we tell them, hey, I don't want you doing this, I don't want you doing that. But I feel like the mom really has to do a good job of setting that example.
Because if she
like,
see you disrespecting him, then she ain't gonna have no
Yeah.
type of.
and that's so it starts from early. You instill that in them early. Just have respect for people in general. I think we'll be okay. But the mom really has to, even if she's doing, things that she might not be proud of, but she can't show that at home.
Right,
Like
facts.
in the little girl's eyes, like the mom got to be borderline perfect.
Yeah.
Right. For better or for worse. So that's just what it has to be. So. But yeah, that's it for me, bro. Like I said, we can keep going on this.
So we
But
got far off topic for the original question.
no doubt. So
But yeah.
what's the next one? Because my computer shut down over here. What you got over there?
Let's get around. What does a single mother look for when dating?
Woo. What does a single mother look
Or single
for
father.
in dating? I guess the same thing, stability. I don't want to see a man that's out every weekend. I don't want to see a man he done switched this job 50 times in 1 year.
Right.
I don't want to see a man that's with this woman this week, this woman that week. I don't even like popular dudes. Like, if you quiet, low-key, you got your own, you doing your own thing, perfect.
Shout out to the
Shout
choir
out
guys.
to you guys, man.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't need all that drama around me and my kids.
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
So basically, like, like a man that's got it going for himself.
and he
that
don't even
knows
have
what-
to,
that knows what he wants.
yeah, he don't even have to be perfect or have this big time job or anything. But I don't.
Okay, so let me ask you this: would you, like, going back to earlier when I said that men would take a chance on somebody lower than them? Would you take a chance on a guy that's lower than you?
Yes, I
Like,
would.
would you help him? Would you build him up?
That's probably my problem. Yeah, I would help because one, I would want somebody to help me especially if I'm showing you that I'm not out here just splurging or just being irresponsible. If I see that you're being responsible, I see that you working this job that might not be the best job, but you working towards whatever. Or if I see you working and still doing your dreams on the side or something, yeah, I'm gonna help you. We're gonna go whatever we need to get done to make our dreams come true. We're gonna do that.
Right.
And if that means we started from the bottom, yeah, I'm gonna help you at that bottom. Yeah, I don't see there's no problem with dating somebody.
But what if you already at the very top?
Yeah, yeah. It just all depends.
On what potential, I guess.
His
what they can bring to
potential,
the
his
table,
mindset.
character, yeah.
Because you can still not be where you want to be and still bring a lot to the table.
That's true.
No,
That's true.
that's fine. That's fine.
You can still bring a lot to the table.
I
So
don't know, man.
that's because it's different with women. Women seek out men that can do more for them.
And that's the scary part right now, bro.
The women seek out men that can do more for them, and they feel
But
like
you
as
wanna know
soon
what's
as they
crazy?
get them,
They would throw it back for a man that got way more, and the man don't even really want them.
Yes.
Versus taking a chance with that middle class guy or whatever like that. And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about this generation. Bro.
That's a
Like,
good segue to like when you talk about a man that wants to be with you and a man that values you. That's a good
a
segue
man that
into
values you, it's gonna be completely different. Cause a man, you can post a picture and all of a sudden everybody wants you. I don't want. But a man that values you
Right.
is so different than
Yeah.
a man that just wants you.
Yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah,
it's a difference. Go ahead.
Because I feel like I was talking. You can start on.
No, I would just say like, you know, a man, you would be able to tell, right?
Yeah.
Because a man that just wants you, he might just want to have you there by his side. You might not really get to have your opinion. You might not really, you know, get to really be yourself, right? But a man that values you, they want you to be yourself. They value your opinion. And like we talked about on another episode, like, you know, that's, you know, you're his counsel. Like, hey, I'm gonna make the decision at the end of the day, but I really want your opinion. What do you think about this? So I think that's kind of where you can really tell if somebody values you or not. And then just kind of the way they act, you know, and that's really gonna be it for me. So what you got, bro?
If I want you, that's all they're gonna be. Just me wanting you.
Yeah.
And just know that I'm not gonna just say me. If a man wants you, that's what they're gonna be. He wants you. And once he gets you, then it's like
whatever after that.
That fantasy is like over. Like, all right.
I had her. Been there.
I did it plenty of times growing up. Like,
No doubt.
I wanted her. I got her. Then it was like,
yeah.
It was like
the newness wears off.
That's how y'all create dogs, though.
Huh?
That's how you create dogs too.
Okay, no, cause we talked about this last time.
We did talk about it last time.
We talked about this last time. So, all right, hold on, let me finish this, and then we're gonna get into that. Hey, we got like 2 hours. This is gonna be a long episode.
It is gonna be a long episode.
I'm sorry.
Hey, but no, I like that. So, and then a man that values you, like you said, like he gonna want her opinion. He gonna want like to spoil her, to do stuff for her.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that he gonna be a simp about it, but he gonna show his love and affection. Like a man, like.
But a man that values you, he's gonna be a simp for you.
Not necessarily.
Nah, cause
what?
Nah,
I just feel like
we had this conversation too last time.
We did, and I just feel like that's a slippery slope because
I think a man that values you would be if that man values you, you call, he coming. I don't know though.
What's your definition of a simp?
My definition of a simp is, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say simp. Maybe I should say simp because I feel like a simp could also be a man that's getting played. Like a woman can control a simp. A woman can control a simp.
Right.
My definition of a simp is a man that's doing all this stuff, showing you love, showing you love, but he not getting nothing in return.
I get that.
That's
I get that.
So when I say simp, then that's what I meant. But I think like a man that values you, like will do like the romantic stuff, will like take you out, show you new things, include you in like the aspects of life.
100%.
Like so that's why I say when like value like he's gonna marry you. Like he's thinking in his head like this could be the girl that I'll marry.
Right.
Versus the girl that he wants to be like, man, I don't want her, she bad. I'm gonna put it like this. I want the BBL women, but I'm not gonna marry a girl.
You know that's not good for you.
The BBL woman, that's not good for me. I'm not gonna value her.
Why BBL woman's not good though? Just because she got a BBL.
I'm not gonna value her as much
It's just
because
the
she went and got that BBL
she didn't value
for
herself.
attention.
Yeah.
She didn't value herself from the jump.
Okay.
So to me, she went and got that BBL for attention.
Yeah.
But maybe she just wasn't happy with how she looked and she didn't want to hit the gym, so she got a BBL.
Hit the gym.
I would just say like
How would
like,
you feel? How would you feel if I go get a tummy tuck?
That's what you wanted to do.
I would never do that. I would just hit the gym.
that's crazy. Tummy tuck is crazy. I'm still in the gym. But listen, you know, I would ask my next question would be.
Can we go to the dog thing first?
Let's go to the
Just
dog
right
thing.
quick. So last time on the last episode, if y'all watched it, I said that a dog was created by a female.
I believe that.
We did say that.
A dog is created by a female, and it's always going to be that way first, and that's exactly how
It's
I
vice
feel.
versa too, though.
Listen, dog. Let me finish. It starts. You got this great guy. I was a great fucking guy. You got this great guy, right? You know, the girl did him dirty. That's when it's like, damn, they break up. And then as soon as they break up, dang, like DM's going crazy. Like, what? Slut phase. Now, I get what you were saying. That's why I say I get what you're saying. During that slut phase, he may have came across a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not healed yet. He just running through stuff.
Word.
He may fuck that good girl over. Excuse my language. He may mess that good girl up. And then that's when she becomes a dog and start going through her phase. Whether she, starts sleeping with people or whether she just, don't want to get too attached and then she just keep her options open all the time. Like, so that's, I just feel like it always starts with the guy getting done wrong and then he go out and then he just start doing what was done to him.
So regardless, you think the root of the problem is the woman?
Adam and Eve.
Man, it's written. From the beginning of time. Like.
I can agree, because women is good at manipulating. Women is good at getting what they want. So I can agree.
Yeah, for me, I would just say that when I was younger, you always wanted to feel like the man, right? Mm-hmm. You want to be like, yo, let me see if I still got it. Mm-hmm. Right? But as you mature and you're like, this is not really what I want to do long term, is when I had to make the shift and was like, you know what? I'm looking for something a little bit more stable, something that is going to better me. Because I will say that had I not got with Kelly, I probably would not have got my stuff together because I didn't care.
But see, sometimes y'all be out here dogging and doing all this extra stuff, then to get around. Then when you want to settle down and do all this one like, nah, you done been with this person, that person, done this.
That's why you gotta go outside your area code.
And that's why it takes a strong woman to forgive.
No.
Yeah, because you can grow. I say that all the time. People change. People mature. I just had this conversation at work. The dude was like, no, once a cheater, always a cheater. I do not believe that.
Mm.
No. I mean,
I feel like everybody got it in them.
No
doubt.
That's not right, but the temptation is gonna be like you have to have the willpower.
Self-control.
That's what you got.
Yeah, temptation is really hard, really, really hard. But you have to have the self-control to be like.
And is it worth it?
I get people smile at me, chat me up all the time and stuff like that at work, but it's like. All right, yeah, go about your business. Like, let me stick to my faith and leave me alone.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm saying, please leave me alone.
But I feel like when you and I'm just looking at, I'm looking at it a little bit more, with faith-based, when you're trying to do the right thing, those temptations are going to come. Mm-hmm. And this is where you got to remember who you are and who you're trying to be.
Exactly.
So that's a good point because, I think, as men, I think we all been through it. It happens. It happens on a regular basis. But
women go throw themselves at men anyway.
Yeah. And if he value you, then he would. If he's a cheater, and then you give him an ultimatum, and then you decide to trust him again. If he value you, then he would change his ways. Mm-hmm. Now. If he value you from the jump, then he probably wouldn't have did it anyway.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel.
But that also comes with maturity and age and stuff like that too.
No doubt. So let's pivot a little bit. So how do you guys feel about, posting your significant other on social media?
What you need to see my man for?
I feel like that's a problem if you don't post your significant
other.
I
feel like I don't have to post you, but I feel like.
No.
All right. Here's the way.
Don't be going on no vacation and then so one thing I hate is when girls go on vacation, they take a photo with the guy but they put the emoji smiley face over his face.
Oh, where?
Like what are you?
You ashamed of that man?
Like what are you doing?
Nah,
are you ashamed of him or are you scared that somebody gonna take him?
Nah.
If you're scared somebody taking that, I don't like insecure people so much.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with somebody that, like I said last podcast, I don't want to be with somebody that gonna worry about me 24/7. Worry about if somebody's gonna talk to me 24/7.
No doubt.
Because regardless, in this world, somebody's gonna hit on your significant other.
Yeah, absolutely,
no doubt.
So if they value you, then it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I don't know. If we dating, no, I'm not posting you.
Why?
I'm not posting you.
What if he wants you to post him? What if he posts you but you don't post him?
If he posts me, I will post him. If he like, you know what, he just all of a sudden posts me, then but I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be a all the time thing.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't saying it gotta be all the time. I'm saying like y'all take
like
a
if he
picture.
posts me on my birthday, okay, I post him on his
like
birthday.
Once a year.
Yeah.
So
Once a year, it's crazy.
For me, I really wasn't a big advocate of it or like a big fan of it because I really don't see a need for it. So, but I realized that it meant a lot to Kelly. So I'm like, I'm gonna post, but it's not posting her by herself. Like I'll post family pictures, and
Right.
stuff. Because now it's just all about family. But in the beginning stages, it's like I really didn't see a need for it. Like to me, it really wasn't a make or break, especially if we had a good relationship.
I feel like long as the world know that you're in a
I feel
relationship and that.
I feel like it's different for you though.
Why?
Because you're not a social media person.
That makes sense.
You're not like, so if I have a
that makes
girl
sense.
and she heavy on social media, but she never posts me,
Yeah.
then like
What you hiring me for?
you hiding me and like you post like if you're a social media person, bro, like at some like they can say they not, but everybody at the end of the day is looking for some type of attention or looking for likes,
Some
or looking for clicks.
validation.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you're on social media for.
I got you.
Like me, when I'm on social media and I'm posting and sharing stuff, it's for the clicks and likes.
Right.
It's for to get my engagement up, so like for my business page and stuff like that.
Right.
And yes, I do post my significant other. We all know that. And whenever she do a video or something like that, she'll post me. So I just feel like, and I'm a social media person, so I feel like if I was on social media all the time and I post pictures of myself all the time and I don't post my family at all, I feel like that's a problem.
No, I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
So I say with you is different because you're not like really on social media every day. Like
Right.
I think you said you got rid of your Facebook or something
Yeah.
like
So
that.
Monday through Friday, I delete it.
Yeah.
Just so I can stay focused and be.
I need to do that.
Get my mind on the things that I need to do. And then I'll just download it Friday night again. So, but and really the big reason now is because we're doing this and we're trying to
that
take
makes
this
sense.
serious.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, I probably
That's a good
really
discipline.
wouldn't
That
be
is some good
on
discipline.
it. So. Yeah.
See, but I feel like now, like I feel like you need it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
I feel like
I agree with you. I just
like starting this like we definitely need.
Yeah,
this
no,
social
and that's
media
why like I'm on it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like I'll do it on my computer when I get home, because I don't want to get distracted at work.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
100%.
So, but no, I definitely agree with that. That's a valid point.
Now, after you hear what I had to say, like
I don't know because I'm still young, but when I was younger, I didn't mind posting my significant other. I don't know. The older I get, I barely post my kids now unless it's on my close friends. Like if anything, it'll be on my close friends before it'll be public. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like
so you go on vacation. Let's say y'all go on vacation. Y'all in Turks and Caicos somewhere.
I might post us holding hands.
That's crazy.
Why? I never understood that.
That's
Why is that?
I might post us holding hands. I mean, it depends. It
So
depends.
he'd be like, babe, let's take this picture. Would you
I'ma
want
take
him-
the
Would
picture.
you want him to post it?
I mean, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
But you wouldn't post it on your...
I don't know.
That's crazy. Like, she got hoes.
That borderline
I
sounds
don't
toxic.
have-
No, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I don't have
That's
hoes.
crazy.
It's just if we married or engaged, sure, I will post them. But dating or just, I don't know. I'm just so. My problem is I always think
See?
the negative. So
And that's that mindset that you got to shift out of. Right?
that's my problem.
So because I think I used to have that mindset years and years ago, and I think me and AJ talked about it. I think he had that mindset as well. But that's what holds you back from being great is that mindset, right? Because if you always go into something expecting something negative, then it's probably gonna happen because you're looking for like your defense mechanism is automatically let me look for the negative and so I could be out.
as soon as you
Right?
post that man, here go another female,
Right.
then this person, and he was.
Yeah.
I don't got the energy.
But I also think, like, when you don't post,
It gives leeway.
yeah. So, like, all right, I don't post you, you don't post me. I can be out here doing this. and,
Yeah.
like, nobody will ever know. Versus, like, oh, you randomly decided to post me. And now this girl come out the woodwork and be like, "Oh, you talk to him? I talk to him too."
Or could it be that you don't really see a lot of value in that man to the point where you're not,
Like he's not post-worthy.
You know he's not post-worthy, or you know that it's not going to work long term?
I don't know. I just think.
I do feel like I going back to that. I do feel like.
I have posted people and regretted it.
See, I think that's why I'm about to get at. I do think like you shouldn't post somebody like right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I regret.
But that's what people
I regretted
want.
it before, like in school. Like we came around like when Facebook was like really
Just started
popping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you get in a relationship.
Everybody want to
like
be
MySpace
posted
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
we
like
wasn't on
get
the
in a
top
relationship,
eight.
you in top like my
Yeah,
top 3,
no doubt.
or whatever like that. Like
made a little
soon,
flipagram.
like soon as we get together, like we switching the top 5 out, putting you there and stuff like that. So I feel like,
But that's just because our generation, too.
yeah,
We
but I
don't-
feel like now I feel like you shouldn't just automatically post somebody.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get the whole posting you holding hands. I get the whole emoji
feel like
over the
if-
guy face. But if you gonna post hands, cool. But if you post a picture of us and my face is in it,
I wouldn't do
and you
that.
put an emoji over
I
my
wouldn't do
face,
that.
and I see it, yo, we're done.
So I was going to say,
Unless like we both hiding something from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever like that, like we're done. Like
Yeah.
you're cooked. Like,
so I was going to say this because AJ bring up a good point. If you willing to go on vacation with this person,
Why shouldn't you be able to post them?
right? Because now you're talking about out of the country, another state, like like outside your comfort zone. So like if you're willing to do that, why wouldn't you post?
First of all, it takes me a long time to even get close to someone.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm
Okay, let me ask you this question. You meet somebody today, how long before you go on vacation with them?
ooh, how long will I even go on a date with them is, cause first of all, I'm a mother, so that'd be my cop out for a lot of stuff.
No
I
doubt.
ain't even gonna say,
No doubt.
that's my cop out. So I'm like, I don't know, cause it probably take me a good year before we even go on a real date.
a year for a date.
Yep.
I ain't
You
gonna
should.
hold you. I don't know somebody.
You single,
gonna
right? You single, right?
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
hold you.
You should date more. Like I'm not
It
saying
is so
I'm not-
scary to date because somebody always wants something. And I'm just like, why we just can't go on a date and have a good time and then go our separate ways?
See, bro, that just comes with the type of guys.
Yeah.
That comes with the type of guys. I feel like dating is messed up in this generation
It is.
because if you go on a date and the guy, that whole you go on a date, I paid for this, so I'm expecting this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like if they
Yeah,
if they
'cause I
doing,
can pay for my own.
that, if they doing that, then that's a guy that just wants you.
Yeah. That's that character flaw.
That's not a guy that's looking for.
And I'm quick to
Something
humble a guy
about
in my
it.
inbox. Quick.
Yeah, so to me, that's not a guy that wants you. I mean, that's a guy that wants you. That's not a guy that
Values you.
that
and
value you.
Wants to
That
get to
value your
actually
time.
know me.
Like he
Yeah.
knows you're a mother and he knows your time is precious. So it's like, all right, let me take you out on a date. I pay for all this, so I'm expecting you to come back to the crib with me.
Right.
Like, no, that's like no, that's
One-on-one,
that's clown.
not me.
That is clown activity to me.
No
Like,
doubt, no doubt.
Nah.
if I take the time to be like, if I take the time to plan it out, do all this, let's say like it's a date. So let's say I pick you up, I bring you flowers and stuff like that, or whatever like that. If I do all that, then I'm really looking to get to know you.
So here go my pitch, right? Because like I work in, like I used to be kind of smooth. I feel like so. Here go my pitch. So we have a good date, whatever, and then at the end of the date, I'ma know what the vibe is based on your response for the question I'm gonna ask you. So I would be something like, so when can we do this again? And if you say, X amount of date, in my mind I'm like, all right, cool. So we can take it to. So, but I guess it just all depends.
But see, I have been on a date, perfect date. Guy was a gentleman. It was nothing more, perfect. And it's like, when can we do this again? But I never know when I can do it again because I don't have that free time like everyone else. I work, I be a mom, and I'm not a mom that's just a mom. We do
Right.
things. I do a lot with my kids. If anything, I'm doing stuff with my kids.
So why wouldn't you And I get that. I get that. It might be early.
Oh, that's early. You already knew where you were going.
Why wouldn't you do offer hey, would you like to come with us to the aquarium? Would you like
because
to come
I
with us
don't
to
want
the
nobody
museum?
around my kids yet. And then
At some point you gotta compromise.
and then call me selfish because right now I am in a very, and I feel like it would be selfish to a good man of what I'm thinking about, what I may be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, what if I meet a man, he's great, and we just do our thing. When we do our thing, we date. He have his own crib. He come over to mine with the kids not there, but he don't never meet my kids. He never meet and then when my kids get like grown, almost high school, older, I'm sure they're gonna know that mom is dating this dude.
Yeah.
And they just be like, Mom, who is this guy? Or something like that. And I feel like that's not fair to him in a way because if he want to get to know me and value me, he should want to, he's going to eventually want to be around my kids. But it's so scary. It's so scary.
So, and again, I don't want to dig too deep, but when you're going on these dates, where are these dates, where are they derived from? Is it people you meet at work? Is it people you meet online? Is it?
This person, I kind of met him online, but we ended up working together.
Okay.
And we was cool. It wasn't even nothing. He wasn't even trying to talk to me at first. It was just me being me, a cool vibe. And he just started to get to being interested in me. So around my birthday, he was like, I want to take you out. And he did. And it was what I wanted in a date. The flowers, the opening the doors, a great night from beginning to end. It was all that. And I'm like, okay, I can get used to this, but everybody's not like that either.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like with me, I'm not doing that. Like I don't start off relationships like that because I talked about it last episode. That's gonna be an expectation moving forward.
Yeah.
So I don't do that. But I'm realistic with my conversations, and I feel like the conversation should really be what really engages you more so than the flowers and wherever the case is. And I always if I was in that position, I would let the girl choose. Like, hey, you tell me where you want to go, and that tells me a lot about them too and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to get really off topic, but it's really a lot of ways nowadays to like. I'm gonna tell you this. I never told you this, but I'm gonna tell you this. Tell you both of you guys this. So I consider myself a pretty strategic guy. So when Kelly and I first started talking, it got serious, and we got into a relationship, right? I wanted to know what kind of person she was. So I added her to a bank account, and I put money in that bank account, and I gave her a card to that bank account. A few weeks later, I checked that bank account, and it's the exact same as I put it in there.
Yeah.
You're brave.
So
Yeah, that was
You're
brave.
brave.
That was brave.
right. So, but it was, I just wanted to see who I was dealing with.
Right.
So, but then, and it wasn't, it's not a large amount of money, but
still.
somebody sees it and they're like, yo, like I could, maybe do something. But the fact that she didn't touch the money, even though she might have needed it, and we talked, she was like, yeah, I definitely I could have used it. My aunt had just passed away, bills, everything like that. But she didn't.
She didn't.
So that told me a lot about her character.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
that's
to Kelly.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I get that though, because a lot of men talking to men that trying to I can do this for you. Baby, I can do for myself.
Sure.
And don't get me wrong, I mean, I understand that girls always want the flowers and stuff like that, but that's not expected for me. Like I'm not used to that for one. So it's like some men come into it and they just do all this extra stuff thinking this what I want. Sometimes I just want a vibe. Like, I don't need you to do all this extra stuff for me and all these gifts, and I don't need all that. Like, sometimes I just need a vibe. Like, I'm full-time mommy and working towards. Sometimes I just need a vibe.
So, and I get you a mom and everything like that, right? And, kudos to you, shout out to you, W moms. But I would just say this, as a mom, as a human being, you still need to have balance in your life, right? And that's one thing that I learned with my daughter. Although my daughter, we try to make her experience things and stuff like that, go on stuff, we still need time for ourselves. Because what ends up happening is you lose yourself and the things that you like to do or used to like to do, and you know, when you get out on a date and stuff, like, you don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm going through that now.
So that's why you need to do a better job of trying to prioritize, and then just kind of, you know, making that time for those things. Maybe it's just a day you just drive around by yourself and go eat Taco Bell. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just to get your mind right.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe it's one day that you do something that you like to do. But I would just tell you that, you know, too much of something is never good. Right?
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, there's always a balance with everything, right? And I think that's the first thing you need to find yourself first before you try to even go have a date or a relationship or whatever the case is. Because, you know, when that person asks you, who are you? And you just say you're a mom.
I'm a mom. What you mean? Like, I really did lose my identity by being a mom. And I don't even think it's because, I think I did it to myself. I don't even think my kids did it to me.
Because you wanted to be a really good mom.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, you don't have to prove anything to nobody, right? As long as you know they're being taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you owe it to yourself to do that, because how effective can you be as a mom if all you do is be a mom 24/7?
Right.
There's no balance. And, you know, besides being a mom, like, what else, you know, you gotta, like, it's always a balance, right?
Yeah.
There's always a balance. And again, I'm not trying to tell you how to parent, because
No,
I'm not a coach.
Because I'm going through that now. Like, I'm telling myself, like, I used to be so outgoing and.
But we talked about ecosystem, right? And this is where we need to do a better job too of, like, you know,
keeping the right people around
you, right? Because if it's a day where you call AJ, be like, yo, let's all link up, you know, at Ballmer's house, and let's go, you know, just the adults. That's cool. Let's link up at AJ's. Whatever the case is, but your ecosystem got to be there too, because, again, like, if I didn't have AJ, like, if I was to do this podcast by myself, I would run out of things to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so him and I working together and, you know, bouncing off of each other is what I feel like is going to make this kind of, you know, go. So the same thing with you, like, in life, I think that you just need to, you know, go out of your normal routine.
Yeah.
That gets boring after a while.
It does.
And I'm going to tell you, I got really depressed at one point. I gained a lot of weight. Talked about this before. But, you know, I had to really start finding myself again and the things that I like to do. There is some sacrifice involved, always, right? But, you know, in the end, like, you know, it can't always be work, and no play.
Yeah.
Right? So that, again, balance is the word I want you to keep in mind.
Go play the field, man.
Yeah.
Go play the field. Nah.
Playing the field is so scary nowadays.
No, I figure.
Nah, I think, man, if you find somebody you like, I think you should definitely give them a chance. Go on a date. And then, like, how I feel is, if you really like somebody, I know it's hard being a mom. Whether he was a single dad or not, like, I know when you got kids and you're the primary parent, then it's hard. And I get what you said earlier when you was like, you know, you have somebody y'all date, but the kids don't really know until, like, they're older. That's kind of how, like, my mom, my pops is. So
my mom and my stepdad hid it from me too.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. Like I knew, but he wasn't, like, always over at the crib. When he came to the crib, it was like, I'm already asleep.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. I feel like if you, like, try to make time. Like, I know that you be like, well, I don't really have time. Like, time can be while the kids at school. Time can, like, if maybe he's off on a Tuesday and you go to work at night, you know, it ain't gotta be nothing. It ain't gotta be like no extravagant date or nothing like that. You know, let's catch up, go get ice cream.
No doubt.
Let's go
Drink
for a walk.
Something,
something like that. It ain't gotta be nothing crazy, and that's the same thing you said, like the expectations thing. Everything doesn't have to be extravagant. Sometimes it's just all about spending time with each other.
Yeah, that quality time.
So, like, cause, like,
that's part of my love language.
See, we talked about that last time.
It's almost like she watches the podcast.
I do.
Yeah, so, you know, one thing I would say too is, like, you know, try to have some strategy behind everything, right? If you go on the first date and you cool, but you're like, I'm iffy about the second date, I don't feel like it's a bad thing to do a group date. Where you call agent and say, yo, you guys want to come with me and do a group date or whatever the case is.
Definitely, because we would definitely go.
You know what I mean? And, you know, AJ and Jerrica could catch a vibe. If you decide to invite me, I'm there.
You know me.
Yeah, that's AJ the scary one.
You know me.
But you know, like I
Please
saw, I asked
I'm like,
questions.
this
Yeah.
ain't.
So,
like,
but my
this-
questions
Get
are
into
not,
their head.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of what that's how I am. But like, I don't feel like it's a bad thing to catch a vibe like in a group setting either.
Yeah.
Especially like on a
More
second
comfortable.
date. You know what I mean? So, or if it's somebody like you, like iffy, and you like, yo, matter of fact, you know, me and my friends are doing this. You should come through and just kind of see how that goes too. So if you feel like you don't want to be in a lone situation, so.
All right. Switching gears.
What's
since
up?
He ain't said it yet. It's like the first time he ain't said that.
I know.
But do you think this generation of men is horrible at leading, or
Absolutely.
the women just don't want to allow the men to lead?
That's a good question. Because women nowadays act like they the man. I don't want to be the man. I don't want to be the man. I don't want to be hard all the time. And I want to be feminine. I want to be soft. I feel like I've been hard all my life.
She has.
I feel like I've been hard all my life.
She has.
So
She got a Glock on her right now.
That's
I
why
don't want to be that no more. Like, I got 2 daughters, and I'm like, they so girly. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
I never called her growing up. I never called her little sis. That always been my little bro.
Yeah, that's.
I went to
she said
military
she-
ball for the first year. They joked me. Taquan, Jaquisa, AJ joked me so
funny.
bad
That's
for
funny.
wearing
My
a
first time seeing her with
dress.
a dress on.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
no, I feel like women can be. I feel like you can be soft. You can be feminine. I feel like social media like ruined
Ruined
it for
everything.
everything because going beyond what I just asked, like everything a man do now is considered sassy.
which gets on my nerves because I have a son.
how
If my
can-
son can't express his emotions without you calling him sassy, that's gonna be a problem.
So like, how can I lead you if almost every little thing I do?
It's sassy.
Yeah, so I feel like women. I feel like there's some men out there that's not capable of leading. Yet
100%.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna say yet because
Yeah.
I just don't think that they
But
reached that point
Yeah.
in maturity yet.
But but we like testaments to that
Yeah,
because
so,
I wasn't like 10 years back. I probably wasn't ready to lead nobody. I didn't have no business leading nobody. You know. So
years back I was just out here.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's like I feel like this generation of women, they don't want to lead, or they're so used to a certain type of guy that they put every guy in a box. And I actually got into, I ain't gonna say an argument or whatever,
disagreement.
a disagreement on Facebook because this girl, she tried to put me in a box. And I'm like, yo, you don't even know me, like, or whatever like that, to put me in a box and say y'all are like all men,
Yeah, I hate
or like
that.
you are like them and stuff like that. You don't even know me, like, and I had to break it down to her because she was like, you probably 30, balding and blah 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 like that, single and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I was like, one, you right. I am 30. I just turned 30 this year. I was like, you right. Balding, never.
Engaged.
I was like, and then I actually tagged my fiance. I was like, whether you know it or not, I'm actually getting married next year. I put my date. I tagged my fiance, and then I put, the hashtag we're using, Lights Camera Jackson. I was like, say the date or whatever like that. She blocked me. She blocked me. Like, don't put me in a box because like I'm not like these other guys that you're used to. Like,
Right.
don't do that.
Not every guy is the same.
Yeah, and that comes from like
I hate that.
And maybe from 2010 to 2015, I was probably in that box.
Word.
But like it comes with maturity and stuff like that. So I just feel like nowadays that so many women are so used to like low level men. I'm gonna say low level men that they don't know how to let a middle level or somebody or a high level man lead because they are so used to like the bottom tier.
I always think that they just want the easy way out. I mean, that's that. And I think also too is that they were probably we go back to why you need a father. Right? Because this is when they become combative and they know better and everything like that, which, I'll tell you, for me, like what really changed me was Kelly having my back. I had somebody that believed in me. So it's like, if somebody's putting their trust in me, like to lead them, I need to make sure I do a good job at this. And then when my daughter came, I'm like, now I'm responsible for a whole nother person that, so it really shifted my mindset, and I really had to lock in and start making changes and, really, think about what was important, right? So there was a time where, we didn't really go out a lot. There was a time where I really didn't buy a lot. It was a time where, we hit a hard patch.
Yeah.
In the beginning, because when you're building, it's always like that, right? And, but she understood it. And she stayed patient with the process. So,
A lot of women ain't gonna do that either.
Right. So.
I'm like, all rip. Like, yo, I'm leading.
Yeah.
All real. Like, I mean, like, I guess it comes with, like, presence, too, though.
Yeah,
bro.
because I didn't have to say nothing. Like, I naturally got it, but it was just my confidence. But
like, a leader gonna, like, naturally be, like, the presence gonna be there
No
naturally. Doubt. Like, I never had to, like, fight for leadership in a relationship. Like, and everybody's different. Like, if you're, like, a quiet guy, a pushover, whatever like that, but you get with, like, this outgoing individual, always loud, center of attention, then you're going to be looked at as the beta or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like her presence going to outshine you.
Yeah.
Or whatever like that. And in my situation, now, Tierra's the more outgoing person.
Right.
But my presence alone
lets
everybody know, like, hey.
He's the head of the house.
Yeah, so
that's true.
I feel like it comes with presence, too, and how you carry yourself. Like a lot of guys, like a lot of younger guys in this generation now, and they still just having fun.
The young guys feel like, oh, I can buy her this and she's supposed to.
Yeah, so they morals is like all messed up.
It's funny you say about the confidence and the presence and stuff like that. I always, anytime I walk in any room, anytime I'm around people, I don't feel like I need to talk about myself. I don't feel like I don't need to, say too much. But just having conversations, I feel like people see that, and you naturally get that. Because, like, I'm not that guy that's going to be all rah, 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 rah. Like, I feel, I consider myself an alpha, but I don't have to be loud about it.
Yeah, your presence is loud enough.
Yeah, so that's a good point that you bring up there.
Yeah, because, like, I feel like, I mean, her talk a bunch. I feel like she's very, like, alpha-ish. I feel like she can be very alpha-ish. She just be hard on herself so much. And I feel like yo, like I tell you all the time, like, yo, you're great. Like, don't let nobody, like, tell you otherwise. Like, you're doing a great job. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding. Just keep going. And, like, the confidence thing, like, I just feel like when you lost yourself, cause, like, we talked about it, like, on the first episode, like, we lost ourselves at one point, and we just had to refine ourselves. I just feel like you on that journey now to refine yourself. I feel like once you do that, like, your confidence gonna go back, cause you still act the same to me.
Because
you're, like, closed.
It's like you're a comfort zone
off to, like, the outside world.
Yeah,
and that's how I am now. Cause I used to just be like parties and all that, but I got closed off, and that just comes with, like, growing up and, like I said, refining yourself. So
yeah, no, but that's your comfort zone, and that's a great thing. Yeah. But in order for you to, like, move the needle on life and you, like, develop more, you're gonna have to go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. I'm trying now. I'm definitely, cause it's so different. Cause now that I'm a different person, it's like I'm relearning a whole new person.
Yeah.
So it's like, I like her, but it's like, girl, why are you so to yourself?
That person girly.
Yeah.
I'm not girly. I am not girly. I'm just a girl now.
She's supposed to be on our side at the wedding.
Oh, word?
She was.
Wow,
it wasn't my fault.
She wanted to wear a dress.
Dang.
She decided
it's
to wear
not
a dress.
my fault. The bride said she don't give a what we say. I'm on her side. I would have worn a suit and heels. I'm all for it. But the bride said no.
Yo,
can't go against the bride.
I didn't mean for this to turn into a therapy session. I'm gonna just say that.
It's not, though, because we still on topic.
Yeah,
because,
but I just, again, like what he said and what I said earlier, you you got to gain that confidence. Right?
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
You don't owe anybody an explanation, and just live your life. And I'm gonna give you guys a quote, right? And maybe it relates, maybe it doesn't, because this is what kind of held me back in my young stages. But they said that comparison is a thief of joy.
It is.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Be you, man.
just be you. That's all you got to worry about. You guys too. So, yeah, I mean that's where we at. So, and if we need to talk, then we can talk. So, cool. What else you got for us, bro?
That might be it.
Well, we got an hour and 25 minutes. So let's
Good
get into
show.
some
It's our
some
longest
quick.
episode yet.
Yeah, it is. But it was good topics. I feel like
Yeah.
it was really good
You
conversation.
got anything else you want to say right now about what we discussed? Anything? Any topics?
Women value yourselves more.
Kings, know your worth. That's all I
Because y'all making it look bad for some of us. Some of y'all
She ain't
value
lying.
yourselves more.
She ain't lying.
Because
That's-
I hang around a lot of men, and they talk bad about us. Value yourselves more. That's all I got to say.
Before we, can I?
Go ahead. Do your thing,
All
bro.
So, to add on to that, I do feel like it's a lot of women out here who make it bad for, the women that's actually doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because it's more women out here than it's more.
Social media.
Yeah, it's more women on social media and in the men faces
Right.
than the good women. So
Because the good woman's not really posting like that.
yeah, and I feel like it's the same for the men too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I feel like it's good men out here for women.
Word.
It's a good man out here for you.
Yeah.
You just so used to seeing a certain type of person that you be like, oh, let me take a chance on him, and then it falls short, and then you go to the next person, let me take a chance on him, and then it falls short. No, and that comes back to how value man, how value woman. It's all about what you value.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's all about what you value. Mm-hmm. So if you keep on going for this same type of person and you keep on getting the same result, then your values are not high enough. And
Sure.
that can go for men and women.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you need to heal. Maybe you have some trauma.
Maybe.
Can't break that into a relationship.
I got some guys for you, man. They great guys, man.
But like when you used to a certain type of person, right? Like if you got a type,
Yeah, you gotta step
is it
away from
difficult
it.
to try something else?
No.
I don't-
I don't know,
What
because I
about
don't
for
think I
you?
have a
I don't
type.
know because my type worked for me. If you look at everybody, bro, I dated, like not like a couple years ago, I was just thinking. I was thinking about cause I was scrolling, and I was like, just scrolling, and I was like, damn. And then I started thinking about to the past. I was like, I do have a type. I always thought I didn't have no type. I'm not gonna say that I have just a single type, but if you look at everybody I dated, then you will be like, oh, he has a type.
I got you.
But I always been open, just because these was just the people I dated.
I got you.
These just wasn't the people that I talked to.
Yeah.
Cause the people I talked to was more diverse.
Yeah.
People I dated, similarity.
Yeah, I always felt like I was diverse. I really, I don't feel like I was stuck in a box. I was kind of like all over the place.
I feel like I'm diverse too.
So.
But this is gonna be the last thing I touch on. Then we can move on. I think that what stood out for Tierra is that Tierra gave me an ultimatum. That was my first.
That was the first time that happened?
Tierra was like, because I was talking to two people.
Yeah.
And they knew each other. Like, they went to the same school, whatever. They knew each other. And Tierra was like, is me or her? I've never had that before in my life.
Yo, shout out to sis, bro. She stood on
Yeah,
business.
I've never had that before in my life. And I was like,
I ain't got time.
it's you. It's you.
That's what's up, bro.
I wanted her. I value you. It's you.
Yeah, nah, that's
So,
what's up,
yeah.
bro. That's what's up. Well, guys, definitely appreciate the conversation. We appreciate you coming and making time to
Anytime,
to do this with
anytime.
us. I think just to wrap it up, give us your anime recap for the week.
Yeah, man. You should watch more anime. You should watch anime. Not more, but you should get into anime.
I don't know. I feel like anime got a lot of emotion behind it.
It do, but that's why.
I don't need
you
that.
Watch Lifetime? You watch Lifetime?
Yeah.
So you can watch anime.
Let's get into it. What you got for us?
So, last episode I said I was slacking. I didn't watch anime for like 2 weeks. So, earlier this week, I caught up on all the episodes of Wisteria, Wand and Sword. Yo, great fucking show.
How does that, so far, right? Like, let's say you had to rank this with season 1 of some of your favorite animes. Does it rank high up there?
To me, it's like an 8. I say an 8. I say 7.5, 8-ish.
Okay.
Because I seen Black Clover. And it's kind of like the same character, but the character acts different. This character is like, in Black Clover, Asta is like your typical shonen character. So he's like goofy, stupid, but when it's time to get serious, he gets serious.
Okay.
And this, the main character, Will, he like nobody respects him, but he don't he don't really let it get to him. And like he's like smart, intelligent,
confident.
He's not confident. Like he's not confident, but when it's time to get busy, like he knows what to do and stuff like that. And I just think the way the anime is going is like perfect. I really don't want to like discuss the episodes because I really want you to watch it. Just watch it.
I will.
And you'll be like, oh, I see what he's talking about.
I will.
Other than that, Hunter x Hunter manga came back. So, unfortunately, spoiler alert, Gon and Killua, or Kill, however y'all want to name them, they are not in this arc. It follows Karapika. Karapika, as my friend Travis say. But Gon's dad is in the arc, and I think this arc will be good. It's just like a lot of explaining in the manga. And lastly, I caught up on Tower of God. That's the one when I was like, women ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So, instance, just to fill you in. So at the end of the first season, Bond, his whole goal was like to help Rachel get to the top of the tower. It's like multiple floors, and on some floors you fight and you battling against other people and stuff like that. The girl Rachel is in a wheelchair. In the first season, we found out Rachel don't need the wheelchair. She stood up and pushed my dog off the ledge, and they think he dead.
Can't watch it. That's too.
So he come back in the second season, and he's like supposed to be like this. He's supposed to be the one to kill the god of the tower or whatever like that. But he's really only working with the bad guys to protect his friends or whatever. So that's a great anime. I feel like you should get into it. Kun, which was Bond's friend, they just came across each other, and like Kun is just putting the pieces together. Like, yo, this nigga's still alive.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's getting good, man. So y'all should definitely check it out. And then y'all, man, if y'all need some animes to watch, then I got y'all.
Yo, hit my man's up, yo.
Anime.
W man's, bro.
So much emotion. It's so much emotion.
Bro. Like that's why, but it's like I said, it's an anime for everybody. Like whatever you like, I guarantee I can find you an anime.
Most anime I know is like whatever Megan Thee Stallion be into.
And that's a problem.
So switching gears real quick, you done with anime?
Free Tory. Yeah.
So I just want to give a shout out to the Mets because they've been balling these last few games against the Phillies. Shout out to the Yankees too because we already made the playoffs. We good. But yo, the Mets have been doing their thing, bro. So I got the hat on today. I wanted to switch it up. But yo, shout out to them, bro. And Lindor's been out and they've been going crazy. So shout out to them. Queens, you already know. Queens get the money. So guys, if you still kicking it with us, we really appreciate it. Consider subscribing. Like, share the video, hit the bell notification. We're still doing the giveaway for fitted hats. Haven't really seen too much engagement on that, but hopefully you guys take advantage of that. We want to get you guys a dope fitted. So yeah, I mean, definitely, again, we appreciate it. Comment down below anything you want us to talk about in the next episode, but you guys got anything else?
Anything you want to say?
I'm proud of y'all. I hope y'all continue to do this because this is the type of stuff I watch. I watch podcasts, healing stuff, anything. So I appreciate y'all doing this because it's like close to home.
We appreciate you watching.
So I will always be a #1 fan.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I feel like she'd be like one of the first people to watch each episode.
Every time. So.
I try.
Nah, it means a lot. Like when we first started doing this, I mean, you know, really was for me and him to just kind of like see each other on a weekly basis. But you know, if we can, you know, help somebody out along the way, then that's special. So
for sure,
definitely appreciate it. So cool.
Yeah. All right, y'all already know what I'm gonna say, man. Get money, drink water, watch more anime.
God bless. Peace.